we're back. We're in the future of, I don't know,
Don't make me say jeez. Jeez, you still are enough.
new things that we haven't seen yet. And since we got all the Olmeda figures, we can go in this post office.
Almeida, right? He's a good man. I'm not way into him or anything. He did his job, didn't excel. He's one of those guys nobody notices. I kind of think he was just lucky. But it is strange. What? No, just talking to myself. I mean, how could a lowly postal worker take over such a big corporation? Could have been me. He's hardly worth the shirt on his back. What an asshole. He sold the damn town. He sold our souls. That's how he got that position. The damn fake.
Okay, that's me. I'm the only fake around here. What's up, Travis? What does your shirt say? I can't get an angle on your shirt, Travis. Now he's gone. Out of here. Ow. Doing a real good job of shooting dudes today. Can I just run away? I can. Haha! Pranked. Not really anything for me there. Nope. Hold on. You just...
This is too easy.
Ouch. Alright. No trespassing. So, all these posters, there are details in them that are important to remember. There are things that you're probably not going to know the first time, so you'll probably get the questions wrong and then have to go back and be like, what was this again? Oh no. That is the face of financial reform, though. It's not the face of human resource development. Perfect city. Space. Big old distributor. Can I get an angle on this shirt? Nope, because he's gone. Alright, there were 3 people. There were 4 continents. Man had a purple afro. I said Texas Bronco because no one from Texas, no one not in Texas has a shirt that says a Texas Bronco. All right, we've successfully answered the questions.
Sorry, only First Life employees are allowed from this point.
This is an emergency message from Mr. Almeida. Let Mr. Smith through. I repeat, let Mr. Smith through.
Are you Mr. Smith? My sincere apologies, Mr. Smith. Please forgive me. But I'll tell you something, though. Even we don't know what goes on inside this building. Anyway, please, come in.
You turn around. Dang it. Yeah. You know what? We just run. Alright then. Cool building.
Ah, you made it. Well, how was your trip here? This city I've created is a paradise. Life here is perfectly autonomous, a model of peace. But our corporation, First Life Inc., it doesn't exist, no sir. It just runs commercials. You see, people judge books by the covers.
Fair enough.
Today's job is done. Ah, yes, you just might be able to meet today's lucky guy. Don't be alarmed. These are good citizens. No heaven smile. Oh, man! Clemens! Congratulations!
Me? Is it really me?
It's really you.
Wow, I
Also,
can't
this game's
believe
really
it.
quiet.
Relax, Clemens. Your job has just begun. Calm down, or you'll frighten Lady Luck away.
You're right. What should I do?
Like I told you, first, you need to relax. Your job will be here any moment. Clemens, this is yours. Go ahead, take a spin.
Huh? This car? Is it really mine?
Of course it is. Now take it and do what you want with it.
It's really mine.
Hop in and find out.
Oh, that's weird.
Come here. Clemens's job had a $5 million price tag. This is what he gets to do.
Ah!
Is what I call driving yourself to death. He's a human being. How long will Clemens last, or will he cross the finish line? If he makes it, he wins.
Hello there.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's going. We've reached Mr. Almeida.
Another animated cutscene.
Creating medicine on the way. I overcame all the symptoms. But them smileys.
This is him talking about the thing that I
Is
think I
he the
mentioned
guy-
in the... Yes.
You the guy with the rad immune system?
Yes. Hello, Speed.
Flirting with fucking death itself.
I know the audio's quiet. I'm gonna fix this once I get to a save point, unfortunately.
To kill me. If I catch Heaven's smile, you gotta kill me. I heard you're the only one who can kill them.
Hey, look, airplanes. Remember when they said they banned airplanes? Whoops.
How many drugs do you think Suda was on
All
when
of
this
them.
was made?
All
Okay.
of them.
Because, like, nothing about the existence of this game makes sense if the person on it was not in an altered state of consciousness when they made it.
Vital instrument for determining our country's safety standards. So I ask you, forget what you witnessed here today.
General, beginning countdown, sir.
Aim.
On your mark. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark.
I told you to kill me.
I could see that, like, these do kind of look gorillas-y.
I had that feeling when the guy was driving. His mouth flaps were all blowing in the wind.
What are you gonna do about it? Damn. Get this over with.
Also, the Heaven Smiles self-destruct when they kill someone, right?
Yes.
So couldn't you solve this entire thing by just sending a ton of like prisoners or something in there and let the Heaven Smiles blow themselves all up, and then you're done?
Sure.
Like it's like, oh no, they're Heaven Smiles. Just throw people at the problem.
But
Throw orphans into a room with a bunch of Heaven Smiles, and then be like, all right, good, clear, problem solved itself.
But that's not very nice to the people you're throwing into the room with the Heaven Smiles. It was much safer to just, you know...
They just parachuted in and kidnapped this guy and injected him with the Heaven Smile juice.
Yeah, that's not very nice
to
either.
him.
To be fair, those are bad people who did that.
Exactly. So why didn't the bad people throw a bunch of orphans at the problem?
Oh, I'm not clicked in. There we go. It's like, why isn't the video game happening? Anyway, now we fight, Andre Almeida Smile.
How good would it be if he was just exactly like the other Almeida Smiles you saw, and you just like shoot him once in the t-shirt and he just dies?
That would be much nicer than what this actually is.
He doesn't even have a Texas Bronco shirt on.
He doesn't. It flew off in the cutscene or something.
Oh, okay.
That was funny.
It's just like a stealth boss fight or something?
No. So you gotta kind of... There's this weird maze of ambulances, and you gotta get around behind him so you can shoot the afro. And I just rounded the corner directly into him, which was very funny, but not what I was supposed to do.
I saw that.
And now you have to take a very long trek with Garcia. Video game.
Why they gotta do this to ya? Also, don't just say video games. This is Suda.
Suda 51 is video games.
He is a very small sub-branch of video games. Suda 51 is video games in the way that Jackson Pollock is. It's like, sorta, I guess, but I'm not happy about it. Like, I will accept this categorization, but...
Here's all these posters. Just like super high def CG.
Oh, I thought he was talking like Square Enix. When he said Square Enix cutscenes, my brain went to like, yeah, I was thinking like Final Fantasy VII Lego Man, but like the highest res Lego Man. I want super high poly PS1. Like the best recreation you can get of Legend of Dragoon's graphics, but you know, like 4K.
I hate these smiles so much.
But they're so much easier now than the normal enemies. Remember?
I mean, they don't one-hit kill you anymore now that they're normal enemies.
You should probably stop using up all of your bullets to turn them around.
Probably. That's fine. What if I just run past them? Ow.
Oh, that was a good fight.
Yep. I'm glad we get this cutscene again. They put they stacked the thing up just so that it could fall down again.
I feel like since you died at the boss fight and they just had the thing sitting outside the boss room, like they should really just let you immediately revive instead of having to walk here to get the head and then walk back.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Just come back to life automatically. It's fine.
Mostly what I really want is I wish the save room that's closer was a save room and not just a blood room. but it's not.
Nope.
Nope.
Jeez,
Can I
you
upgrade?
still are an ugly thing. How's it been, huh?
Upgrade Dan a bit.
The fuck are you looking at?
We are about an hour away from the space shuttle launch, by the way.
Nice. Can upgrade Kevin. Stares directly at Speed Slasher.
Why would anyone upgrade Kevin? He's the knife guy.
He's the
right?
knife guy. He can turn invisible. And his other
Weirdo.
thing is that he doesn't
Can you just turn invisible whenever?
Yeah.
Can you do that during this boss fight, make it easier to sneak up on this guy from behind?
No.
Okay. Why not?
Because
Seems like a thing you'd be able to do if you could turn invisible to just make that happen better.
Because like this game is on like you're on a path. It's not really like
Yeah. I'm just saying, if there's like a maze of ambulances, you'd think turning invisible would make him go like, oh shit, I don't know which way to go to find him. And you'd be much easier to go through the maze of ambulances to find the correct path to shoot him in the back.
But there's no one else in there besides him, is the thing. Like there's no other enemies. So being
so just turn
invisible doesn't help.
And then he doesn't know. I mean, it does in terms of he would not be able to effectively chase you if you were invisible.
But he doesn't really chase you. He just wanders around, and if you bump into him, he kills you.
Oh, so you just ran into him like a moron.
Yes.
I thought he was actively after you. Okay.
Sort of. Like if you're in the front of his path, then like yeah, he'll come after you. But I was just going too fast and then rounded the corner directly into the boss and died. I don't know why you would switch to Garcian for
reason.
Yeah. Well, I goofed that one up. Oh well.
Maybe Garcian is secretly the best character.
He's got a lot of health. I think he's got the most health.
Ah, you failed to shoot that.
I did.
See, like this, if you could just turn invisible right there, then he turns around and doesn't see anybody, and he's like, damn, missed him, and he just leaves.
Well, now he's dead anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay, then. Why did his blood go outside to explode?
Why is it raining blood? These are questions that I bet you wish had answers.
Not really. I'm not that interested in whatever Pseudo would answer. It'd probably be some dumb bullshit.
What happened to Mr. Almeida?
He turned into raining blood.
This blood. It tastes like Mr. Almeida's.
Okay, that makes
so
more sense.
Would this just turn everyone in the blood rain into Heaven Smiles now?
No, because he's got magic blood that fixes things.
But he turned into a Heaven Smile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
So he couldn't cure that, obviously, because he turned into a Heaven Smile.
Well, like, you need to have the disease to cure the disease, you know?
Yeah, and he didn't, because he turned into a Heaven Smile and then got shot and died. He never developed antibodies to it, he just died.
Japanese developers don't have a great grasp of biology.
Yeah, and I think you're casting way too wide a net when you could just say Suda.
Yeah, but Kojima also.
Well, yeah, but Kojima is, like, doesn't have a grasp of a lot of things.
Kojima talks about vomiting out his ass.
Tell me more about Pinocchio.
Parasite Eve, mitochondria. There we go. There's a third example.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to go looking up examples of questionable genetics from video games,
I'm going to take a 1 second
Mhm.
to fix the audio because this game is really quiet for some reason. So bear with me one moment while I use the amazing powers of this PC port to go into launch the configuration and then move the volume up a bit on this and then move the volume down in the sound mixer because that makes sense.
oh god, I never knew this. I was looking up a page about questionable genetics on TV tropes, and they brought up something about the NBA 2K16 I never thought of.
Living the dream.
Yeah, which is you can obviously customize your race to be whatever you want, but both of your parents are always African American, and Freak's mother mentions that she came up with the name while pregnant with him, discrediting the idea that he was adopted.
Spike Lee also has questionable genetic knowledge.
I'm not entirely sure that Spike Lee isn't just Hideo Kojima in disguise or vice versa.
I could see it.
It wouldn't shock me, is all I'm saying.
I feel like this did not get any louder. It's up late. Oh, bye, lady. Okay, that's good. This is me just looking at the slider and going, this game seems really quiet. Going up. Just flash step over to the end of the hallway. Please do not walk into the camera.
Hello, Mr. Smith. The election is drawing near. Have you decided on your vote? If you haven't, please let the Republic Party make the most of your precious vote. Thank you and have a nice day.
Alright, let's do this thing. Talk to this lady. Do not punch that man with a spoon.
Here. Come on. It's really good. Open your mouth. Eat, damn it! Hey, what are you doing? Don't just stand there. Get this old fart to eat, will you? Are you gonna finish your meal or what? I don't have time for this shit. You know I'm busy with my classes. Ugh.
Alrighty.
Garcian, how long has it been?
The master is awake.
The Surge. It's Curtis.
Curtis? The one who killed Dan years ago.
It's as if fate has woke him up. He'll soon make his move.
Shall I take care of him?
Curtis? No, it's all right. He's just a punk with a gun.
Aren't we all punks with guns?
He can handle.
As you wish.
Samantha, the lights.
Yes, master.
I mean, technically, you're like a punk with a lot of guns,
Wax the damn floor.
considering you're just like one dude.
Yeah, but we're like one dude with a bunch of personalities that physically manifest.
Oh, I get it. You're playing as his stand. This all makes sense now.
No.
It's just an extended JoJo reference. Yeah.
No.
He's got weird psychic powers, and you're the manifestation of his will outside of his body in physical form. Yeah, you're just Garcian's... Or wait, no. Who's the guy in the chair again?
Harmon.
Harmon?
Yeah.
Harmon, you're just his stand. This all makes sense now. Okay, now I get it. Killer7, basically just JoJo.
It's all his personas.
No.
Harmon Smith is the wild card.
This is nowhere near cool enough to be Persona.
That's as foul as you're gonna get.
Hurry! Children are disappearing at the fairgrounds.
Blood of innocent children is unnecessary.
Anyway, it turns out that Curtis guy is kidnapping children in order to steal their organs to sell on the black market. Isgland. You know, Speed's got a point. That guy doesn't... You don't turn into your stand.
Well, does the old man turn into Garcian?
No, he... Like, they all exist. They just sometimes come out. Or wait, no. I don't know. Video games. This Gimp loves roller coasters.
Is Garcian just another one of the personalities?
Yes.
Okay. And they're all outside of Dan's body, right?
Harmon.
Because you said they're manifesting separately. Unless you're lying to me.
Sometimes they manifest separately,
like
and sometimes they manifest not separately.
Uh-huh.
Because, like, Garcian and Harmon talk, but then, like, nobody else really... Actually, no, there is one time where you see all of them together. Orphan Trading Syndicate. Alright, these guys are the only way that Mask can get the thick blood, because They can't be damaged by anybody other than Mask. Ow. Also, they look like Quake enemies. You're my orphan training coach. You teach me how to play Orphan Scion of Sorcery.
Don't make me sick.
Must defeat 9 more opponents.
Orphan, when are you playing Chaos Legion?
I don't have Chaos Legion. Is that the World War II game, but with werewolves?
No.
Okay.
No, that's... I can't remember the name of that game.
That's
Something...
Operation
Darkness. Yeah.
I don't know what Chaos Legion is.
Chaos Legion is the one where you're like a dude with red hair, and you got like summonable monsters you fight with, and you have to spend like half that game level grinding to make them useful.
Not enough flame. Oh no. So I mean, like, I enjoyed the story, but there's that it's. I don't know if story is quite the correct word. I enjoy all the moment-to-moment bits, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff in this game that is weird and confusing. And then I recently found a translation of the book, the Hand in Killer7 book. That's like
yeah,
kind of behind the scenes stuff. Not behind the scenes stuff, but like it tries to be an explanation of some things, and then also
it's more.
Yes, and it also just kind of ends up being complete nonsense, and nothing really makes sense because the game and the book and the book and the book tend to contradict each other quite a bit, which is kind of funny. Had a train of thought. But yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff because, like, basically in Hand in Killer7, there is a guy named Jaco Checkbox. He is an FBI agent whose wife and daughter were turned into Heaven Smiles and killed, and he had to kill them. He's like the only person besides the Smith Syndicate who has killed Heaven Smiles. By the way, I'm the main event now.
Okay, good.
And there's an FBI computer named Miss Jacob, and Miss Jacob makes predictions. Unfortunately, being the main event means I lose my cool suit, by the way.
Aw, lame. I thought you were just going to put on the belt and mask over the suit.
I kind of wish that was what it was.
Instead, assless chaps. Like a chest harness.
But now look at me reload!
Assless chaps. Those assless chaps are the only thing keeping you from looking like Karrion Kross right now.
A little bit. A little bit. But the computer makes predictions. And the computer's like, well, if we get rid of something called the last shot smile, that'll end all the Heaven Smiles forever. And so he's like, all right, well, how do I get the last shot smile to show up? And the computer's like, well, we need 49 predictions to go correct in a row so that we can bend reality in order to make the last shot smile appear. Because when more of my predictions come true in a row, the chances of the next one coming true will
also go up.
will go up, basically, yeah. And so for a lot of questions of, wait, why is this happening? How did this get here? A lot of the answer is Jaco Checkbox is running around behind the scenes doing stuff so that the last shot smile can appear. So, like, why does that old lady beat up, or that old lady, why does that young lady beat up the old man? The answer is because Jaco Checkbox is, like, bribing her to beat Harmon up so that Harmon will give Garcian the jobs in order to make the last shot smile happen. Meh.
See, the thing is, like, this feels like one of those things where it's like the story could be interesting, or finding out more about the story could be interesting, but it all makes so little sense to begin with that it's just like, I might as well be having Suda describe a dream to me. And it's like, great, I don't care.
You ever play LSD Dream Emulator?
No.
It's a great game.
If you say so.
Anyway, that really annoying boss fight was like, well, we're gonna rule Japan even if it blows up or something. I was not paying attention, I'm gonna be super honest.
It'd be hard for them to rule Japan if they're already dead.
You know, you say that, but, like, lots of people in this game are already dead and they're doing stuff.
Fair. In that case, does it even matter if the Heaven Smiles kill everybody? Because everybody can just be ghosts?
This is actually a thing that comes up in Hand in Killer 7, where it's like only certain people can be ghosts.
Okay. What makes you able to be a ghost?
Sheer force of personality or something like that. Ow.
You're saying only the coolest people get to be ghosts?
Yes.
It seems like a win-win situation. You keep shooting under his arm. Like, there's so much enemy to hit, and you keep missing it.
It's fine. I can't really do anything here, I think. Unless... Can I... I don't know if I can take this out with Mask. Can I, like...
You have to use the big dumb charge shot.
The big dumb charge shot
even kill the little guy.
Does take them out in one hit. Yeah, I'm gonna come back when I have Dan. What's in Cinema 1? Another big chest.
Hello. I like things that are surreal, but this is just like nonsense.
Yeah.
And also there's a book for it, which means someone tried to take this shit even remotely seriously, which is just sad.
Yeah. Also, like, the book's got a bunch of really cool, like, behind-the-scenes game stuff in it. Like, there's a whole beta storyboard for, like, a section of the game and interviews with people. There's a great part in one of the interviews where, like, one of the questions is like, hey, Suda, you don't have a grasp on U.S. history, do you? And he's like, sure don't!
I mean, why would he?
I really wish I could stop you. Please don't send me any Undertale Nendos or anything. Also, this headless lady's cool. Look at her. She's so happy to be in an amusement park.
I'm not sure I would refer to her as a headless lady.
Why?
Like, that's all she's got left.
Or, yeah. The other thing.
Mm-hmm. Bodiless.
Bodiless. Also, she hates amusement parks. I lied to you.
Mm-hmm. How do you have favorite shoes?
Well, presumably she wasn't always ahead.
She said it as though she still had headless shoes, and these were still things that could go wrong. Like, this feels... what would you call it? I was trying to think of a comparison, and like, just because of how bizarre everything is and how much they throw at you, the thing that I'm thinking of is like Paradise Killer, where you're just thrown into this insane goddamn world where nothing makes sense, and they just expect you to kind of take it all at face value.
Yeah.
But it's like, that is internally consistent, and this just seems like they're just like, oh, fuck it, whatever, moment to moment, we'll just make up our own thing.
There's an internal consistency to this.
Yeah, but like you said, the book that tries to explain it contradicts this game multiple times, so it's like, oh, none of it actually matters. Like, they don't care. This is just them making up whatever they want to make a thing happen.
Turn around, Mask. Ow. Alright, so now we have the main event and the time ring. The ring that I just got? I don't know why I talked to Iwazaru. Iwazaru's dumb.
You think this game would be better without the part where it's a video game? Like, the thing is, I don't know what other medium he could do it in, because nobody in the right mind would give him money to make this into a show or something. But
I mean, he did do a manga once.
The book, yeah.
I could see this being a decent book.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of like.
I feel like book would lose something because you don't have the visual style going.
Yeah. Like manga maybe could probably work pretty well.
Like, if someone did let a animated thing of this be made, I can see it being one of those like an anthology-esque thing where they like switch art styles constantly and just have like, or it'd be a really fucking weird thing, but you know, I can see it working that way.
Like a Boogie Pop Phantom.
Yeah.
And that's a good point. Like, Silver Case was a visual novel. Flower Sun Rain is a visual novel, I believe. So I guess with that, I can also somewhat talk about why I was like, because I mentioned after one stream to make me mad, like, I kind of want to stream No More Heroes. And then I didn't, and instead I streamed this. And the reason is because No More Heroes is to Suda 51 is Doom is to video games. Like that one video where it's like, in order to review Doom, you must first play every video game because Doom is every video game.
You're saying in order to stream No More Heroes 3, you must first stream all Suda?
Almost all Suda.
Saying that No More Heroes 3 is the embodiment of Suda in video game form?
Yes. I'm definitely saying that.
Yeah, that just further confirms how much I dislike Suda.
I've also never played Flower Sun Rain, so that's whoa, you turned into a very robot for a sec there.
Sorry. Saying that getting stuck a lot is not stop you from streaming things.
That's true.
Remember that last stream where you had like an 11-minute boss fight against those two guys that felt like it took an hour?
Sure do.
Because you couldn't shoot that one weak point because it was positioned weird, and because this game is poorly designed.
I like... Coyote?
Do you have to throw a knife at those?
I don't have knife guy.
Oh, well, it's a problem for you then, isn't it? Can you grenade launcher them down? Are those balloons grenade launcher proof?
We're gonna try this, and then we're gonna try Wind Ring. 'Cause I bet it's wind.
I feel like the wind would probably work.
Look at that! Wind Ring howls. Whoosh.
Oh, there we go.
There are some exceptions, like Lollipop Chainsaw doesn't really connect to anything in No More Heroes.
True. It is, however, a better game.
Yeah, but also like an unstreamable game, considering how much
Yeah.
licensed music is in that game.
True.
Which is a bummer.
Speaking of the licensed music, did you see the solution from Life is Strange?
I did.
Where it just has no audio, or no music at least. Which, honestly, I kind of like.
It's very funny.
I feel like it helps highlight the ridiculousness of the situation of like, yeah, you want to stream games? You just kind of can't.
The guy in the main event is unlike any other. It's true.
Does Mask ever get his cool suit back?
No.
Damn it.
That didn't really seem to do anything. I don't know how to. I don't
I was
remember.
gonna say, you're
these
doing a lot of
guys.
shooting this guy. Doesn't seem to be. You have to use your charge. No. Yeah, to jack all legs. You gotta sweep the leg.
I don't know. It exploded, so it's not a problem anymore.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's one way to look at it. Mask seems terrible to FP.
He's not great, unfortunately. Apparently, he's the speedrun man, so there's that, I guess.
Wonder how that works.
Well, again, like, he's got a lot of health. He's one of, like, 3 people. So, a thing we are not going to do, because it's fucking hard, and I don't like hard video games, is after you beat this game, you unlock a mode called Killer7, which is the hardest difficulty. It gives you a new character, but the issue is every Heaven Smile kills you in one hit unless you are Mask Garcian or the new character they give you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard and we're not doing it. But then if you do that, then you unlock a mode called Hopper7, which replaces all the Heaven Smiles with the Grasshopper logo, and they all die in one hit anywhere, because anywhere is a weak spot, but you only get to play the first level, so it's completely pointless. What's up, Uzaru? What is your hint? It's gonna be use somebody.
Ugh.
Does have a very nice beige suit. And a hat, if I recall correctly. Anyway, I think the hint there was he was like, oh, don't look at my profile, so we just gotta find all the doors of the smiles looking straight on. I don't know how to defeat you! I'm gonna go the other way. Oh, there's another one. This is a problem.
How do you take a picture of a heaven smile if they're invisible?
So, some people can sense them. Like, you can sense them.
Do they have a special camera that can sense them? And then take a picture of them?
I mean, the reason you can see them is through a magic ring, so, I mean,
So there's like a magic camera? The camera obscura is out there somewhere?
Yeah.
Is the reason that only you can kill them because only you can see them, or is that just a side thing?
I think it's a side thing, because like, everyone says only you can kill them because you can see them, but in the book, Jaco just fired indiscriminately and killed them. So, like, it's not like they're invisible and intangible unless you use the ring. It's just they're invisible and annoying.
Okay. So if you, like, filled a room with gas, you could probably look at the gas and see it moving and be like, oh, there's a heaven smile, and then just shoot it and kill
Yes.
it. Okay. So the fact that the governments of the world have not solved this problem already is because they're dumb.
Yes.
Okay. Because I feel like if that was it, is like, oh, they're invisible. It's like, okay, there's like a million ways to get around. Yeah, there's like a million ways to get around that.
To be fair, like, in that one intro cutscene, they were, like, talking about how, oh, they banned all this stuff in order to make terrorism not happen, and then they were surprised when all of a sudden people showed up and exploded, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Just gonna sit on this very comfy chair. I mean, I've watched those GCW matches with the Invisible Man and the Invisible Stan.
Don't make me say it. What did you...
Alright, that's everybody.
Don't make me... What, is this a bad time? I hope I'm not interrupting anything. Or am I?
Dan, why are you a dick?
What did you... What, is this a bad time? I hope I'm not interrupting anything. Or am I? What?
I don't think I can do anything with one.
What did you... Okay.
Oh no, I might be able to do something with Mask. So that's kind of the secret why I haven't really upgraded Mask all that much, is because he kind of upgrades on his own. He becomes the main event, and then he might become other things. Why did it make me Garcian? Hold on. No, wait. No. This is weird. I'm just gonna run for it. Digital Rock. I'm very confused.
I feel like confused is what they want you to be while you play this.
Fair.
Also, now that you have finished The Life is Strange,
I did.
I guess we can talk about that as long as nobody minds spoilers. I'm assuming nobody minds spoilers.
Speed might. I don't know. I don't know if Speed plays The Life is Strange.
Don't make me say it again. What, is this a bad time?
But yeah, it's good. That's my non-spoiler take.
It's good. There's that one thing that I'm like, but aside from that, it's good. It's just weird, that one thing.
That one thing is very weird.
It's like, why is that? Like, why? Oh, yeah, no, it's like, I think there are basically 2.5 good Life is Strange games out right now. Like, one is good, True Colors is good, and Before the Storm is like 2/3 good.
Yeah. I would agree with that assessment. I will say that there were a lot of really interesting decision breakdowns in the end that what?
Oh.
Okay. I didn't realize that that people on the council didn't have to take your side until the end, and it was like, oh yeah, you're one of like 11% of people who did that. And it's like, oh.
I got most. The only person who didn't side with me was the old lady.
Oh, did you tell her daughter about her thing?
No, I never mentioned it to her, but whenever that episode ended, it said, oh, she found out that the old lady was sick. And in the next episode, she was like, oh, I wish my daughter or granddaughter never found out. And it was like, what? How did she know?
Weird.
So I don't know how she found out, but at some point during that, she found out. And then whenever that thing came around, the old lady was just like, hey, like, my brain's all fucked up, so I get what it's like to be crazy. We'll get you some help, little girl. And it was just like, oh, fuck off, Alzheimer's lady. Why are you on the council? You can't remember your fucking name half the time. That old lady is everything wrong with this fucking country. There should have been an option to punch that old lady in the face. Like, sit the fuck down. Get out of the room. What is wrong with you,
Jesus.
you stupid old cunt?
Whoa.
Like, put her in a box somewhere. She's done. Pack it up. Ship it off. The fact that she's still able to vote on council matters is fucking insane.
And then also the other funny
You're the
thing...
Feinstein.
The other funny thing was the idea that there were like 7% of people who gave someone a rose in episode 4 and then didn't kiss them.
I mean, yeah.
It's very weird. Squeaker's attack. Hold on.
Maybe there's somebody who just, like, was like, oh, this person seems cool, and they gave him a rose, and then later they were like, actually, I've changed my mind. But there's no walk it back option. I don't know, both of the love interest characters I thought were pretty good.
Yeah.
I like the park ranger dude more than I thought. Because he seemed just kind of boring at the start. But after you talk to him for a while, it's like, he's alright.
Yeah.
The goose thing was pretty good.
The goose thing is very funny.
I feel like the Chapter 3 thing goes on slightly longer than I would like. But also, it's like, I don't know how they could make it much shorter than it is, so... Like, I don't know. It's probably about the correct length.
I enjoyed when it got all dramatic at the end.
Oh yeah, that was fun. For the record, the beginning of that sequence is when I called who the actual... Or not the beginning of that sequence, but like the beginning of the entire RPG sequence moments, like when you're first gearing up to go on the RPG adventure. That's when I called, oh, that guy's totally going to be the villain.
When he's like the totally nice king, and then oops, no, he's the evil king.
It was specifically the part where I was talking to him in the bar before that, and I realized that at no point in time had the game given me an option to like disagree with him or be rude to him. It was one of those things where it's like everything in the game is telling me this guy is cool and you can trust him. And then when I saw that he was also in on the RPG thing, and I was like, oh, that's super cool, that guy's in on this. I was just sitting there for a second, I was like, oh, he's way too cool.
He's very cool.
Suspicious. I was suspicious in the part before that, whenever he gives you the keys, and he's all like, oh, you don't need to worry about rent, stay here as long as you want, and everything. He was like, the nicer he was, the more suspicious I got, and by the time the RPG thing happened, I was like, oh, he's definitely the bad guy. The one that I didn't call was the dad thing. But again, I consider that a sign of actually really good writing. That, everything all of the plot made sense.
Logically progresses from A to B.
Yeah. There was nothing that felt like it was just thrown in there to have a twist, aside from that one thing in Chapter 5.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about it earlier, specifically, ways to make that not weird. Two things. One, the obvious one, is just make that a random dude.
Yeah.
That would be as effective. There's no reason it needs to be that character. Two, if you knew that character died in the cave-in from the start of the game.
Yes.
If the reason that Gabe was in town was because I was trying to find, he was trying to find their dad, because one of the things in his notebook was, forgive dad or whatever. If he was explicitly following his trail, oh, I gotta go find him so I can, talk to him or whatever about the past. And then he got to that town, and then he was like, oh, he died in a cave-in here. That sucks. And then he stuck around in town after that. And then he invites you there, and then it's like, oh, now it all makes sense why all of you happen to be in the same town. Because it's just there's a reason for it, And then you can have a thing where it's like, oh, I was thinking about it earlier, and I was like, they could even have a thing where, the dad is blamed for the cave-in at first. So it's like, oh, he fucked up and caused the cave-in, and Jed saved everybody. And then it kind of parallels with how Mac is treated at the start, where everybody's like, oh, Mac totally fucked this up, I bet. And then it's like, no, he was actually being made a scapegoat. And then you could have that kind of come back full circle later, where it's like, oh, Jed fucked everything up. Aw. I don't know. I was thinking about all this a lot earlier, of ways to make that plot twist good, and I feel like there are ways to do it. They just kind of don't commit to it enough. It really feels like something that was just kind of thrown in.
Dan Smith, Dan Marshall, Dan... what other video games star a Dan?
Street Fighter? Street Fighter's got a Dan. It's not necessarily a star, but you could go clear as arcade mode.
Yeah. What?
Wait, what was...
What was what?
I'm trying to think of something. Nope. For a second, I thought the main character in Vanquish was named Dan, but it's Sam.
Yeah. To be fair, I think I mentioned this around the time that I first played both Binary Domain and Vanquish. Binary Domain and Vanquish occupy very similar spaces in my brain. I don't know why, but they do. Ow. Oh, that's a problem. Can I even... Can I get there with Garcian? I did do the cool run and then oopsie.
10 minutes until the cool space launch. but also I feel like it's one of those things where I've realized watching this live stream that the worst part about being an astronaut must be this part where you're preparing for the launch. Because they've been strapped into these chairs for like an hour and a fucking half.
Yeah, that would suck.
Like, I would go fucking crazy. Unless they let me have like a Nintendo DS or something in there. Just play a bunch of Advance Wars, it's fine.
Gonna play some of my Switch before we take off. Gotta unlock some more prezzies in the WarioWare. Ha! I'm very good at video games. I don't know if you knew that about me.
Heard something about it, but I've never seen proof.
Don't make me say it again.
Let's try that again.
Look, I'm a cleaner. I can feel no remorse in seeing a dead body. To me, it's merely cold, rotting flesh.
Destiny.
That's a great question. One that I don't have an answer for.
Yeah.
Just fortuitous.
Because 3-word phrases are like short and pithy and they sound nice.
Yeah, Gravity Penguin is just sometimes Liquid Rob shows up. Rarely Irrelevant John.
Mm-hmm.
The Gravity Penguin.
And the Irrelevant John. Gravity the Penguin sounds like a fucking character from Trigun.
A little bit. Vash the Stampede.
That was just the naming convention there. The naming convention there was just blank the blank. Very similar to Dirge Cerberus.
Dang it. Yeah, but Dirge Cerberus was thing the same thing, but with a different...
Yes.
In a different language.
Red the red.
Red
blue the blue, etc.
Red the red, blue the blue, black the black, white the white.
Kill the penguin.
Can I just leave this guy alone and presumably there's an exit somewhere?
Like, could you just, like, he's running in a half circle away from you. Couldn't you just go to wherever he's standing in front of him and leave? Like, he doesn't want to fight. I feel like you could just walk out. Alternately shoot him with something that's not a grenade launcher, because that doesn't seem to be doing jack all.
It does not seem to be doing anything. Let's switch.
He's got a big weak point on his chest.
He does.
There should be one of these where you find an enemy like this that doesn't have a weak point, but in the corner of the room there's just like a bucket of paint. And then you realize that he just painted over his weak point. It's like, ah, motherfucker, you shoot him in the same place and he dies.
That's very funny. Speed slasher flame cannon. There you go. That's like double threes. Hold on. I'm just gonna I'm gonna go over here and be like, Okay, so it is just shoot it in the heart. And I'm just doing a bad job. Much like earlier. Oh god. The one thing about mouse aiming is it's very slow compared to stick aiming. Oops. There we go. What's up, lady? Now we got a cool gun for Dan. Dan also gets an upgrade. It's got like a double-barreled revolver, like it's fucking Killer7. Or Killer7. It is Killer7. It's No More Heroes. There we go. Oops. Get out of here. It's the demon gun. It's pretty cool looking.
Don't make me say it.
I will grant you that one.
I hope I'm not interrupting anything. Or am I?
What? What?
Or is this a bad time? I hope I'm not interrupting anything. Or am I?
What? Okay then.
Destiny.
I know it's the gun that Togusa uses in Ghost in the Shell.
One minute till launch. Not sure what they were saying, but YouTube auto-generated subtitles just said FBI in giant letters across the bottom.
Gotta do a little dance.
Your dance. Is that dance for safety?
Yes. Tiny child, you are tinier than normal.
I like that the countdown from the crowd there was super off. They were started counting at like 6 when the rocket had like 3 seconds left on the timer at the bottom of the screen. Hey, it's up! How does a rocket going up?
Rockets going up are nice. I like when rockets go up.
I hope this continues to go up and everything goes alright. Maximum dynamic pressure.
Actually, wait, does... Okay, it does reload sometimes. There we go. Gothic metal!
That's a cool looking rocket design. It's got like rockets that fan out to all sides.
We're gonna save because I know that I've done a really good job of fighting bosses, but this boss is also like legitimately a problem a lot of the time.
Good to know.
Actually, let's go back in real quick and get some Theic blood turned into serum. Probably can't upgrade too much, but...
What? What did you say?
Okay then.
Justin.
Thing that just said Fish Tacos Company. YouTube subtitles are having a hard time.
When aren't YouTube subtitles having a hard time?
Fair. It kind of looks like they've just got a trash bag taped over this part of the rocket, to be honest. It's like a big black plastic looking bag just flapping wildly as this rocket fires. I'm sure it's a very highly advanced technical thing, but it just kind of looks like a trash bag, and it's funny to me.
Alright, thanks, Ghost Kid. Let's fight this boss. It definitely won't be some kind of horrifying anime. Oh, son of a bitch.
Hey, that's kind of a cool idea. I guess the idea behind this is that it's one of those like multi-stage separating rockets, and they're trying to have the first stage like land back on a ship and then like put it back to reuse instead of just like dumping the entire first rocket. It's not to say this is still not a like wildly wasteful endeavor, but still.
Anyway, this is Ayame Blackburn. The first fight. She's annoying as heck.
First fight. Are you spoiling there's going to be multiple fights?
I might be.
How's that lady taking so many bullets?
Because she's the guardian of the Education Council. Ayame Blackburn survive. She runs around, you can only see her in light. And she can take a lot of hits.
She be quick.
And yes, she in fact does have the power of God and anime on her side. She has the power of illegal organ harvesting and anime on her side.
She has the power of those outrageous villains from Watch Dogs Legion on her side.
Yeah, she does.
Do you remember the part where you just like walk into a room and look over? There's just like a big cooler full of blood on the ground. There's like a big sign that's like organs here.
Yeah, no. Other than
that shit is wild.
The only relation to Silvercase Ayame that this Ayame has is that I think Silvercase Ayame mentions that like Ayame can mean death or something. Ow.
She doesn't just randomly mention like, yeah, I got this sister who's invisible in the darkness.
No.
Watch out for her.
God damn it. Yeah, that's basically it.
Why does Suda have such a hard-on for assassins?
Because they're cool. I don't know.
I just now realized how many of his games are just about assassins.
This one, Killer's Dead, No More Heroes.
All of the No More Heroes. Which, to be fair, are basically the only games Suda has ever made that I even remotely care about, so you know.
You said earlier you like Lollipop Chainsaw. That's not Assassins.
Oh, right. Honestly, I forgot that was a Suda game, because it's good.
Suda 51 and James Gunn. Ow! Lady. Jesus.
Honestly, the best game that Suda has made is probably Killer's Dead. It's like the one that I'm like, yeah, that is legitimately like a good game.
I have not actually finished Killer's Dead. I have it sitting on this computer.
Mm-hmm. Like, I like Lollipop Chainsaw, but it's kind of clunky. Killer's Dead is like the game that he has made that plays the best.
I know he hates it and his time working on it.
Of course he does.
No, not Killer's Dead, because I was going to talk about
okay.
Shadows of the Damned. Because I do genuinely really like Shadows of the Damned.
Parts of Shadows of the Damned. But I can say that about everything Suda's made, where it's like, I like parts of this thing. It's just the whole is not.
Shadows of the Damned is like the third best of those horror third-person shooters. I've not damaged this lady in a while.
I was gonna say, it's been a while since you've landed a hit on this, and I feel like you maybe need to give up on this gun.
Yeah. I was trying to
Can you just shoot her? Can you just shoot her with grenade launchers?
That is a thing that people say helps, but it's a little
like if you
more
just shoot
finicky
if you just shoot
than...
the ground like near her, is that good enough? Just shoot the ground kind of at the corner where she makes her turn or whatever, and then just be like, there.
Well, I got one hit.
Or maybe the other guy.
That's true.
She's on fire. That's probably good.
Ah! I'm on fire! You set many people on fire in the LARP section.
I set one person on fire because I only did 2 fights.
That's true. You only did 2 fights. I did 4.
I am shocked that you did all of the. I think you did all of the fights.
I think
you
I
fought.
did. I fought the
You
wolf.
fought a
I
wolf,
fought
a
the
snake, a troll, and the final boss.
Yeah.
I fought the wolf because it's unavoidable, the final boss because it's unavoidable. And that's it. Because they were like, oh, you can bribe the troll with 4 gold, and I already had 3, and I was like, okay, cool. And then I went into the store, and there was a fucking thing on the table that was like 3 gold. This powder makes trolls friendly. And I was like, oh, fucking 1 coin discount. Take that shit. And that was it. And then he was done. And then I did the riddle in the bar. Or not the riddle in the bar, I did the I think it was because I told Ducky he just had free access to the bar for the duration of the LARP. And then he was like, rad, here's a bell that'll put snakes to sleep. And I was like, sick, and then we left. I'm not sure if that's why he gave me the bell, but I got the bell from him.
See, I didn't get the bell. I ran into Ducky in the bar, and then...
Did you tell him to stop drinking?
No.
Oh, okay, good.
I don't think I really talked to Ducky. I died.
Aw.
That's the problem.
Did you ever talk to him in, like, the later part of the game or anything, or did you just not interact with him much at all? Okay.
I did the thing with him
liked his
in...
bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Episode 4.
His emotion bit.
Yes. I like
Those were
Ducky.
all pretty well done, I think. Yeah, Ducky's cool.
I like that he
all
signs
those emotion
his text
bits.
message.
Oh, I was gonna say, I'm assuming since you had the whole council side with you, you did not do the, like, one of the most obvious traps I've ever seen at the end of episode 3.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like, oh, you could do this, and it's like, that is a terrible idea.
That is in fact an awful idea, and it was very funny because, like, I was looking in the other choice breakdowns, and there was one that was like, Steph leaves the apartment, or Steph didn't leave the apartment, and I was like, that's weird. And then I looked at the choice breakdowns, and it was like exactly 1-to-1 on that other choice. I was like, oh.
Yeah, that choice backfires on you in multiple ways. Because if you do that, that lady also does not side with you at the meeting, and then also you, the whole thing happens in the apartment. So it's like, yeah, no, it's a bad move. But also, since everyone sided with you, I'm assuming you did do it the second time they offered the chance.
Yes.
Because that just seemed like a good idea.
That one I thought more about because I was like, I don't know, but also I don't want to do this. That seems like a bad move.
Pretty confident that the second time was like, okay, this is when you should actually do the thing. Like, the first time when they gave me the choice, I was like, oh, that sounds like a terrible idea. And then the second time when they offered me the choice, I was like, no, this seems legit. This seems like the good time. I was right. Do they let you do that a third time, or is it just those 2?
I think it's just those 2.
Mm-hmm. I will say, I do find it interesting that they hit similar beats to the first game in some places. Like, you get your new kind of expanded power towards the end of the 3rd episode.
Yeah.
Which you did in the original Life is Strange, and then episode 4 ends with a revelation about the villain and getting shot.
I mean, it's a different kind of shot. Well, for the main character. The other person does get shot.
Yeah.
But
episode 5 features extensive
extensive
dream/nightmare
surrealism.
sequences.
Did you look at your phone in those?
Yeah.
Did you look at your phone in those?
A little bit. I
Okay.
checked it like once or twice.
Because
I checked it the first time, and I just had access to, like, a menu. I had access to a menu I didn't know existed, which was the memories menu that shows you, like, which collectibles you missed.
I missed a lot of collectibles.
I missed a few. I got like half of the collectibles, I think.
There's a point where you get the my block thing in the dream, and there was a very funny line about, like, The world outside is full of sharp teeth and wants to eat you. Stay here so I can eat you instead.
Remember that.
That was very funny.
Mm-hmm. I will say, I thought about it as I was going through this game. I feel like the whole idea behind the emotion power thing was actually inspired by that last episode of Life is Strange. Because there's that bit in the last episode of Life is Strange where you very briefly play as the other characters in the game. Like when you're walking down the hallway and you go through the door, and then like suddenly you're Kate, and then you do it again and you're Victoria, and you do it again and you're like Rachel or whatever, and you like keep switching characters. And every time you're seeing the world change to reflect that character's like state of mind and how they see things. So when I was playing this, I kind of was like, I wonder if this whole thing came from like that bit that they did, because it's very similar.
I think Khan is the best option, but he had such little health that I needed to kill him so that he would have more health.
Alright. Can you use him to shoot and then immediately switch to a character with more health to take the hit, and then just keep switching back and forth?
Theoretically.
He seems like the only person who can, like, reliably land a hit.
That was a bad MASH session, but I'm also gonna try mouse and keyboard controls again, just because seems like the thing to do.
I mean, a better aiming seems like a thing you would want.
Oh, bellow. I just wish mouse sensitivity was much higher.
Do all of the shots after she's flinched actually damage her?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Oh, I will also say, I don't know if the choices were the same on PC, because I think the choice stuff is like on a per platform thing.
System exclusive, basically.
Yeah. I like that, like 27, like, of the romance options is like.
Yeah, that was a hard split in one direction.
Yeah.
It was very similar. I think it was higher on the PC, like it was 37 to like, 67 or whatever. 63.
Yeah.
It was not as hard of a split, but it was still very high.
No, on Xbox it was like 27% one way, and then...
Yeah.
Ow! Lady. I guess the other interesting question that I don't think we've discussed is which choice did you make at the ending? Did you stay in the town or did you
leaving?
Yeah.
I left the town.
Wow, same.
I thought about staying briefly, but I was like, I'd rather not.
Yeah. I like that at least in this one they like flushed out both endings, Yeah. Unlike the first one, apparently.
Oh, see, that's the thing, is like, I feel like the first one, I still was kind of just okay with the way both of those endings play out. Because it's like, I mean, honestly, I don't think it's that dissimilar to the way that they play out in this one. Like, you get the extended scene of like, oh, here's what would happen if you stay, and then they're like, oh, but if you leave, cool stuff will happen, I guess. And then you literally get like a fucking like 20-second or something scene of you like leaving and then going to play music or whatever, but like it doesn't elaborate on it any more than the first game elaborated on like, and then you guys bailed on the town. Like they both end with just leaving and being like, something will happen in the future.
Yeah, but there's also like, music that plays over the ending, and it's slightly longer than, the like 5 seconds it was in the first game.
I get it, but I also don't think it's as like different from the first game as a lot of people are saying. The leave ending is still very much just like, and then you left, and that's it. Don't get me wrong, it is still more than was in the first game, but it's very similar in spirit.
I thought she died, and I got really excited, but then she took off running again. God damn it. You thought the 2 old Japanese dudes were bad.
I mean, at least this is slightly more dynamic.
Yeah.
Like, it still repeat the same thing over and over again until you either win or lose the fight. But that's just how this game's design is apparently.
I will say that her second fight is much easier.
Oh god, I forgot there was a second fight after this. Fuck.
It's not for a while, but when she shows up later, she is much easier.
Say, I hope so, because right now it looks like you're kind of just getting bodied.
A little bit. There we go. You did better.
Did you die again?
I did. You did better with the mouse and keyboard, though.
Don't make me say it again. I'm a cleaner.
Alright, if it makes you feel any better, you only started this fight about 19 and a half minutes ago.
And this has been like 3 attempts. Like I've actually, died, unlike the old Japanese men where I didn't die, it just took forever.
Yeah, it was just a very long, drawn out sequence of trying to hit this one spot and failing.
Look, I'm a cleaner. I can feel no remorse for seeing a dead body. To me, it's merely cold.
Excuse me. This time, though. 3rd time's the charm. That's what they say, right?
Obviously.
I think this is actually the 4th time, because I had that one very short run as Khan, where I just killed him so I could recharge my health, but that doesn't count.
Of course not.
Felt like I hit her, but I didn't. Video games. Oh, son of a bitch. Yes, that's what I would expect. That's what I want at my funeral, is I want everyone who speaks to just give me their best pun as they lay me into the ground.
Would it have to be, like,
nah,
appropriate to the way you died, or...? Would you prefer just general burial puns, or
So just whatever you think the best one you got is. Doesn't have to be a specific theme or anything. I feel like I got hit there, but I didn't lose health, and I'm not going to complain about that, but that was weird. Oops.
oh, that's kind of a bummer. It looks like the clothes from Pokemon Sword and Shield have now been reduced to like a outfit style thing, where it's just like, you know, a whole one outfit you wear at a time. No more mix and match.
Sad.
That's kind of a bummer.
At least there is clothes, because like there wasn't in original Diamond and Pearl.
Well, yeah. It's better than nothing, don't get me wrong, but I did like the mix and match.
I like that I played dress up in Sword and Shield, and definitely wasn't just Naoto in Sword and Shield, because, you know, I'm not predictable, I swear. I'm very predictable. I don't know if you knew this about me.
I've heard that about you.
Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna give this 2 more attempts, and then I'm gonna say we save this for next time.
Don't make me say it again. I'm a clean. Don't make me say it again.
Oh yeah, RIP all the PS3 Little Big Planets.
Oh yeah, those are all gone now, huh?
Yeah, all the online.
Well, yeah.
Look, I'm a cleaner. I can feel no remorse when seeing a dead body. To me, it's merely cold, rotting flesh.
Oops, nope. Okay, there she goes. So we're gonna go around over here. Ame Blackburn. Oops.
She's very good at what she does.
She's very good at what she does. Turns out.
And what she does is run in a preset pattern, firing bullets towards the center. If she's like visible in the light,
yep.
Why doesn't she shoot out the lights?
Because that's hard to program.
Okay. If she's visible in the light, why didn't she fight you somewhere that didn't have streetlights?
Because that would not be a fun video game.
I mean, but then you would just have to, like, find another way to see her. Like, you'd only be able to see her in the muzzle flash of the gun or something like that, so you could only shoot her when she's shooting at you.
And then she puts the silencer on her gun, and it's like, welp.
Yeah, it's boss fight 2. It's way harder now. Because then you can only see her in the muzzle flash of your own guns.
There we go. At least this music is pretty alright.
If I could hear it, it'd probably be great.
Yeah. this music is for me to enjoy. It's true. People got past this part, like, playing on the GameCube and the PS2. That's crazy to think about. That's it. That's my sentence. Like my timing, either she's sped up or I've slowed down or something weird.
I mean, it seems like a thing to do would be to have the boss speed up as the game goes on, or as the fight progresses.
I could see it.
I mean, she's not alternating her actual pattern or anything at all, so...
No, it's just... At some point, like, the timing got weird where, like, I would make it... Because what had been happening was I would make it to one of these sides, and then she would be coming around the corner, and I could line up the shot around the time she'd hit the middle lamp.
Mm-hmm.
But now she's, like, way faster.
Is there a reason you couldn't just, like, wait exactly where you are for her to come back around?
I might get shot a little more. Not really,
Okay.
other than that.
Alright. I was curious, because you already seem to be taking, like, 2 or 3 hits per go-around. So I wasn't sure if there was an advantage to moving or not, because it seems like you're still just kind of eating it.
Don't make me say it again.
Alright, last attempt, and then I'm gonna...
Right.
I don't know, cheat off-screen, just give Khan infinite health for next time or something. I don't know.
Look, I'm a cleaner. I can feel no remorse between a dead body. To me, it's merely cold.
Actually, I will take this opportunity to go over to this thing and be like... Yeah, it says people say, people say use mask, but it's like I can't aim quick enough, even with the mouse or something. I don't know. It's like the two options for people's recommendation on this boss fight are mask and con. What if I just stayed here?
Huh?
Let's just try it. Nope. So I don't have a wee Cabela hunting gun. I also want to point out this is also not a great way to hold guns, much like Coyote, but, you know. Killer7 do what Killer7 do. Ow. That's a speedrun percentage that I want to see, is someone playing the PS2 version with the Final Fantasy X-2 gun controllers, and they have to play the entire game holding them like Khan does.
They have to be on a camera to prove they're doing the con gun move the whole time.
Yes. You know what, if we're just hanging around here, I'm going to switch to Mask just for kicks and giggles. Oh, Mask doesn't have a lot of health.
That's a problem.
That's a problem, but...
He got shot a lot previously.
He did.
You know, he'd probably have more health if he still had a suit.
Maybe.
That hit.
Yeah. That didn't.
Pinnacle of boss fight design. Stand in one place. Fire at the target.
I'm gonna go revive Mask, and then we're gonna call that a stream, and then next time we're gonna beat Ayame Blackburn.
Alright, in one shot.
Or it's gonna take 2 hours, and then we just stay on Ayame Blackburn for forever.
Yeah.
This becomes the Killer7 playthrough, is how many times can I subject Make Me Mad to failing this boss fight?
I mean, I'll be here. It's just, you know...
I mean, that's cool, but he did have a suit, and as previously discussed, there are few things cooler than luchadors in suits.
Here's the thing, he could still have the new mask and the belt, and just wear it over the cool suit.
That's true.
That was an option.
I did mention that Mask also gets more upgrades later as well, right? I don't know if I did or not, but he does get more upgrades. He sadly never gets back his cool suit. What am I sitting on? Oh, I'm sitting on my TV remote. That's a problem. Anyway, that'll do it for the Killer7. I'm gonna... Maybe I'll, like, practice some off-screen. Or maybe I'll do that so that I can figure out a good strategy for this fight or something. Because this is hard. Dang it. And on that note, I'm going to hit the stop streaming button. Good night, everybody.
Right then. Good night, everybody.